So you want to learn how to make a website? Well, I can make it really simple and break it down step by step. We are going to make it ourselves, so we're going to code it. So the first step is getting something I refer to as the editor, and the editor can be Notepad, Notepad++, and it can be like really any text editor. This series is based on Windows, but you can do the same thing on iOS X if you're familiar. What I use is Notepad++ or a program called Brackets normally, but for this video I'm going to use Notepad. Both are really awesome, and I'll put a link in the description to get them. But you don't need to get any of them if you're on Windows, because there's a text editor that is standard to the operating system, and it's called Notepad. You can get to Notepad easily. You can press the Windows button, and then type Notepad. And I have two monitors, so you can't see this right now, but if you just go ahead and type it in, it'll show up. Or you can hold the Windows key and press R, and I can just go ahead and drag this over here. So you see, this will pop up right around here. You just type in Notepad, and you click OK. So let me just change the font real quick. The font size, actually. So now that Notepad has came up, and if it didn't come up, you might have spelled it wrong. You have to spell Notepad exactly right. So once you get it up, things are going to start getting fun. First, we're going to type something that goes at the top of every website. It's this exclamation. Well, I'll explain some things here in a second. Doc type HTML. So we're going to have this. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so we're going to have this bracket right here, is what we call them, and then an exclamation mark, capital D-O, ooh, my neck just made a weird noise, D-O-C-T-Y-P-E, space lowercase HTML bracket. So I'm going to refer to this as opening bracket and closing bracket. There's something else called opening and closing I call, but we'll talk about that later. And so what this does is it shows your browser that this is a website. So there's other things that you can make, like you can upload pictures, but they won't have that at the beginning. I just pointed with my finger, I don't think you can see that. Okay, so now we're going to type head, ignore that L, that wasn't supposed to be there. It'll be open bracket, H-E-A-D, closing bracket, head. And I keep losing my spot here. This is where we keep all of the behind the scenes information about the website. So now we're going to go ahead and type T-I-T-L-E, open bracket, title, closing bracket. And now this is where the title of the page, what appears on like the tab, will be. So, and now we're going to put next to it, we're not going to skip a line like we did before, we're going to put next to it this, I'll go ahead and make it this is my title slash title. So I just did a few things here. So where we said this is my title is where you would put the title. It can be anything. I just put this is my title. And most statements in this language, which is called HTML5, have what I call end tags. And we used our first end tag here. It was this, the open bracket slash T-I-T-L-E closing bracket. And most statements have them, like these two do, but you'll see in a second what they are. Well, actually more like a minute. But so we ended the browser interpreting that this is our title. So it only goes in between these two statements here. That's how it knows where to go. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put another closing tag, end tag, closing tag, whatever, and it will be head. Because just like this, where this is only the title, this is only the head for right now. So now it will stop interpreting. So from this to this, so everything inside of that, it interprets as it being as it would the head. So it's going to stop interpreting it now with that end tag. So now we're going to go ahead and add this tag, body, and we add this so that the browser starts interpreting the data inside of the beginning tag and end tag of the body as it should. So that will be, if we just add text up here, it won't do anything. But if we just add text down here, it's going to do something. So now we're going to go ahead and add this, which is the end tag for this, /body. And what that does is it basically does the same thing as this. It stops the browser from interpreting things as the body. And finally, we're going to go ahead and add a end tag for this first tag. So if you see, there's, hold on, let me just go ahead and, oopsie daisy. Okay. I'm just gonna do something real quick so you see what I mean. It's like this, and then like this, and then like that. So this, yeah, this right here, this, and this. This is the end tag for this. This is the opening tag or start tag, whatever you want to call it. So, and then, so it's like they're linked. Anything in between here is considered HTML, and that's how your website will choose it to be, yeah. So then, here's the start tag for the head, and here's the end tag. So I think you are probably starting to understand this now. So, to finish, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to save it and run it. So, this is just for Notepad right now, but it's really similar with the other programs I told you. It's actually pretty spot on. So we're going to go up to where it says File in the top left here. We're going to go ahead and click on it. And you might not be able to read it, and then we're going to click Save As. Now a box is going to come up, don't get scared. So then I'm just going to put it on my desktop. You can put it wherever you want. And I'm going to go ahead and go up here, then we're gonna name it, just ignore all of these, it's just a bunch of folders I have. So I'm gonna name it, what should I name it? I'm just gonna go ahead and name it name. And then we're gonna come down here where it says text documents, and we're gonna change it to all files so that it doesn't think that this is a text document. And then we're gonna add in .html. It's name.html. Now the beginning part is fine, but you can name it whatever you want. You need to have .html after it though, and make it say all files down here by selecting it, so that it doesn't think it's a text file. It's so it knows it's a website. Then go ahead and click save, and then I'm just gonna have to get down to see it quick because I have two monitors, and I'm gonna go ahead and open it. And this is what we made. It's blank for now, but that doesn't mean anything. It's gonna get better. Oopsie daisy, okay. Yeah, I have kind of a script. Okay, shut up. So now, if you just keep following along the series, it won't be long, or it won't be blank for very long.